Shut up.
They should have stayed. They've been alive for 8 minutes.
All right, you know what? You can put the light back on because you can't really see it over here. I mean, it's too dark over on the TV. You can take it out. Welcome to Chick Chat Comedy Podcast. I am here today with the ailing Carrie Karavis, who is, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. And we have two great guests today. Yay. First of all, we've got Vicky Kuperman
Yay.
to my
Thank
left.
you for pronouncing my name right. Thank you.
Did I say it right?
You did. Kuperman.
That's true. It could have been Kuperman. I didn't even think of that. And Nicky Sunshine,
Yay.
if that is your real name.
No, I can't tell my real name because then the government would know how to find me and then they would collect their money that I owe from the IRS. So
Uh-oh.
we're
Okay.
going to keep it
I don't
no
blame
legal
you.
names.
You are on the down
Miss
low.
Sunshine.
Yes.
Good. Let's hope you spread some around
She's
here.
wearing yellow
I
for
am.
sunshine.
That's what happened to my throat. I've spread a little too much sunshine and I have like some type of infection in my vocal cords.
Oh, you do. You are a little raspy.
A little raspy.
Okay.
Sexy. It's sexy.
Yeah, it is
Ooh.
very sexy.
Yeah, okay.
So, fucking
Carrie's
Patty.
mad at me. I was by accident.
Tell them what my week. You want to know my week?
Yes, tell me about your week.
All right. So I had this fatty lipoma taken off my shoulder.
Ooh.
Explain what a lipoma is.
It's just another piece of fat growing off your body that it looks like a ball, and you squish it. It's squishy, and when they're squishy, they're not dangerous. They said you could keep it in. It's not going to bother you. It'll be fine. Just leave it there. So, 2 years later, I'm like, you know what? I want this stupid ball of fat taken off my shoulder. It felt like another person. So I decided to have it removed, and, the doctor that did it, most doctors do it right in their office. They slice it right out, and it takes 2 minutes, whatever. It took them maybe 15 minutes. But this doctor was like, no, you have to go to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. He knew I had insurance. So I was in the OR. They did everything the correct way. They sliced me. They took it out. And I don't feel anything because they locally do it.
Right.
But you could feel the tugging and the ripping. And I go, I want to see it. And the nurse took it out of the room, so I couldn't even see it. Pissed
What do you
me
mean
off.
they took your
They
sister
took it,
away?
they put it in a thing, they wrap it, and they send it to a lab.
Are they going to bio it to see if
they-
there's something wrong with you?
No, they always check them just in case.
Okay.
But they were like, there's nothing wrong. It looks normal, whatever. And then that was it. So he stitched me. And, yesterday I did this at 6 a.m. And then so he goes, you can't really shower, which I did. But I didn't get it wet. I, showered half my body. And today, Patty decides to do a crunch with her fingers on my shoulder.
I was hugging you. I was hugging you from the side. I was like, come on, Carrie. And I
Now-
was giving you a hug and a kiss, and you were like, ew, ew, ew. And
Okay,
I thought
but
you were making a joke.
ew, I was going, ow, ow, ow.
I thought it was, ew, don't kiss me.
No,
I thought it was a
was
joke.
ow, ow, ow. And I've been talking about my shoulder all day. We've been
completely-
together since 2 o'clock,
It's
have we
too
not
long.
today?
That's why
we
it's
did
too long.
Misery Loves Company
Yeah,
first.
we did Kevin Brennan's podcast. We will talk to you guys in a minute. I'm sorry. we do include our
problem.
guests in a minute. But yes, we did do MLC podcast today. And then we had like 4 hours to kill. So I've been with Carrie all day, and she's had enough.
I've had enough.
She's had enough of me. But
No,
Let me ask you, did you do it? Did you squeeze her on purpose, Patty?
No, I never. Are you kidding me? I had that done to me once when I had my bad shoulder, and the physical therapist came up to me and he gave me a slap on the arm, and it hurt for like a long time.
Okay.
Sorry, Carrie.
Percocet is
I don't
coming.
mind the light.
The
So,
lights are fine.
the
Just
lights-
leave them.
They didn't give you any
Okay,
drugs
so
for your
undo
shoulder,
that one.
Carrie?
I don't want to be dark. We're too dark.
Did they give you any medication for the pain?
They said Motrin.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
hate when
it.
they
not-
do that. I hate when they do that. There's
Well,
a lot
you
of
know-
problems now with addiction. They're really careful now.
I don't mind Motrin as long as someone doesn't bash their fingers into the hole of your.
that little
All
thing.
right, I'm really
Just
sorry.
that thing.
You know what's good? Demerol.
Oh,
You
I
ever
haven't
have
had that.
Demerol or what's the other one that's like they don't really want you to take, begins with an M? What is that one?
Morphine?
Yeah, morphine.
Morphine is fantastic.
You know they're running out of morphine because a lot of it's made in Puerto Rico. This is what I heard.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
And now they were getting horse tranquilizers in the hospital
oh
because
my,
ketamine.
ketamine?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
you girls know
crazy.
your
Yes.
drugs.
Wow, you do
And
know your
because
drugs.
Puerto Rico, we still haven't done anything with that shit show that's happening with what's
No,
happened to
we
them.
haven't.
So, we're
But
not
wait a
getting-
minute. How can you give someone ketamine? That's for horses,
People
right?
take
Yeah.
that. That's a street drug.
It's
It is.
K.
It's a special K.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you
do
know
it a lot
that
in the clubs
damages
and
your. kidneys
Ew.
and a bladder.
Everything
no, I'm
damages
sorry,
your
not your
kidneys.
kidneys. It damages your
Liver.
bladder. Your
Oh,
bladder.
What does it
Bladder?
do to your bladder?
Well, I know firsthand someone whose kid was addicted to K. They did a lot of K, and it feels like a constant bladder infection.
But then it goes
That's
away?
Disgusting.
It doesn't ever go away.
Never?
No, then
awful.
there's other things. It's like it really damages
Oh, God.
everything in your
Ugh.
bladder.
I would not. I would be depressed.
So if any kids are listening, if you do K, you're gonna have a damaged
Okay.
bladder, and you're gonna
Whoa.
burn when you piss all the time.
This is our public service
Don't do
announcement.
special
Yeah,
toiletries.
well-
I just want to say hello to a
Give
couple
Puerto Rico
people who
power.
tuned in, okay? So we've got Donovan Kober. Do we know who that is? Dan Romano always is like, Carrie, you're my favorite, and I love
The
you.
Dan Romano Show.
Yep.
Where's my guy, Dan?
Brian Plado, always. Hello, Brian.
He's in love with Patty.
Buddy Fitzpatrick.
Swayze.
And Dan Romano. Okay, that's it.
Okay,
Dan
that's
Guerin.
it.
Oh, and Dan Guerin said he was going to tune in, but
Hi,
I
Dan
don't see him
Guerin.
yet.
Guerin.
Okay, hello, Dan Guerin.
You're in.
So,
So,
let's start with the.
let's start with you're from Russia, for God's
I
sakes.
was born there. Yes.
Now, how old are
Russia.
you?
I can say
Russia.
no more.
Can you- let's hear your
very
Russian-
classified the rest of my life.
I like it.
That's very. What's that? Rocky and Bullwinkle.
That's right, Natasha. or
Natasha,
something?
yes.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? So when did you come over here?
I was like 3, so but I went back there to do a semester in college for 3 months, and
How
that
was
was
that?
crazy. It
What do
was
you mean?
amazing.
Did you adopt a baby while you were there?
No, I am a mail order bride. First of all, no, it was great. I went back for a semester in college, lived with a Russian. Didn't speak English for 3 months.
So
You didn't?
So you're fluent, obviously.
Yeah, I
in
speak with an
Russian.
accent. Yes. And I understand more than I speak, but I speak. You know, I read all the classics in Russian. I had to go to
You
Russian
did?
Saturday school like they do the Greek school in
That's what
my big
Carrie
fat
does.
Greek wedding.
That's Carrie does
That's
it to her
my
Yeah,
kids.
I will.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Russian Saturday school. My whole life, we read all the classics in Russian. and
You
everything.
kidding
So are
me?
you? What's your religion?
Russian Jew.
Oh, you're a Russian Jew. Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
my
there's a
mom's Russian Orthodox.
There's Russian, like Orthodox, like the
That's what my
Greeks.
mom
Yeah.
is, but yes, we have our Christmas and our Easter later. We always have to be like it's a week later.
So
or
how
whatever.
did you become a Jewish?
Well, my dad's Jewish.
Okay, so your father took over. He
My
won
mom.
that battle.
When your papers say you're leaving the country as a Jewish refugee and you get to go to America, you're like, all right, we're all
Okay,
Jewish.
gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, really?
We came as Jewish refugees, and yeah.
So what do you think
Under
about the
Reagan.
whole? What do you think about all this now, where people can't come in or whatever?
I think it's terrifying because there's bombs falling on their heads.
I know. It's
No, I think they have to come in the right way, though, don't you?
No, yeah.
yeah. I'm all for the right way.
But I think the right way has been closed.
yeah, that's the
yeah,
thing. Like
yeah.
people can't. They can't get in now. That's
Right,
that's the
right.
hard. That's the tough thing. What do you think? Do you think there are P tapes, girls?
Honestly,
Are
I
like,
do.
there Russian
I do.
P tapes?
I think there
I do.
are. I actually don't care what the president does with his sex life. I never have, no matter who the
But
president
here's
is.
where it is a problem: is if he's being blackmailed. If there are P tapes and he's being blackmailed,
I have no doubt he's
that's-
being blackmailed.
Oh, you.
But there's other things to blackmail him by other than P tapes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I think his lawyer today, they said he took $500,000 from a Russian, what do you call them?
Oligarch.
Oligarchs, yes.
Oh, his
so that just
lawyer
came out
took
today.
money from an oligarch?
Supposedly, half
That's
a
great
million.
news.
I have to be honest. I got rid of cable and I feel a lot better.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Like
You-
I read the news, but I don't watch the.
You're missing
like,
out on all
same-
the breaking
bombardment.
news. The
Yeah.
breaking news.
So breaking. Like Michelle Wolf said, "Congratulations, you broke it." Right?
Yeah.
Breaking news.
breaking news.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened to civic-minded news.
Did you like her performance?
I thought she had great jokes. There were some
Who,
really
Michelle
great
Wolf?
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you? Did you like
Yeah,
Michelle
I just
Wolf,
saw it
Nicky?
today. I was impressed.
Other than the Oscars, I think it's probably the toughest comedy gig of the year.
I think it is
Oh,
the
I
worst.
You're
thought
like,
it is
if
the
you're
worst.
going in, you're walking the plank, no matter who you are, right?
Right.
I don't
Yes.
think anyone
I
can
think she
succeed.
went down. I think she did the right thing.
Yeah.
I think she slammed them all. She
Yeah.
went, pow, pow, pow,
Yeah,
pow,
yeah.
pow. And she walked out.
Yeah.
Everybody.
What did you? So that's what you thought?
I loved
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
her too.
I would have choked. I would have been like,
Right.
And the room was smoking when she. If by the third time she had like that one part where there were 3 in a row where it was just dead silence, and she just
Right.
kept plowing
Right.
through.
But you know what? That's a comedy note, something to learn. If as long as you look like you're having fun,
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
and you are having fun, and you believe in what you're saying, you just keep going, and it doesn't the audience ceases to exist because
Right.
it's your show. And
Yeah.
that's what she really delivered. And one of the things that I was impressed with, and I don't really think I do this a lot in my comedy, is to really be subversive and try to don't worry about offending people.
Right,
Because
right.
sometimes I think like, oh, I don't want to say something to hurt anybody's feelings because I'm a nice person. And even if it's a roast, like a birthday roast or something, it's like, how low do you go? And it's just like, sometimes take off the brakes and test the waters. I mean, I'm not saying, do like Kathy Griffin or anything like that, but push the
Well, there's a
envelope a little
line.
bit.
There is a line.
Right.
Kathy Griffin went way over the line.
She has taken back her apology, too. She's like, fuck him. I am no longer sorry. I'm taking back
But it's
my
not
apology.
about.
Because
It's
she
not
sold
about
out
Trump.
Carnegie Hall
That's
when the
exactly
money
why.
came back.
I totally agree. I don't think she was ever sorry when she apologized. I think she wanted her career back.
Yeah.
And once she realized that the gays were all behind her anyway and that she was going to sell out, then she's like, okay, now I don't need to apologize. Fuck you. But I do think that she was groveling because she wanted the money.
Yeah.
It's the money.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just
but
the
here's
money.
the thing.
Go ahead.
I didn't think that it wasn't a Trump issue for me.
Right.
For me, it was a beheading issue.
Right.
I agree.
And to me, to take a joke about a beheading is way over the line. She went over the line for me. I didn't find it funny. It was so tasteless. There are people that have had their family members beheaded.
Right.
Does she have any idea
Right.
how fucking vicious that is? And you're doing it as a joke. There's nothing fucking funny
I
about
do
that.
think that she crossed the line, but the backlash, I think it was
Too
a
much.
lynching. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
too much.
yeah,
Like
right,
all
right.
the stuff that she lost and the bomb threats and things like that. I think it was very heavy-handed.
She said for a whole year after that, every time she went out of town, on a flight, they would stop her and question her. It was just like being harassed
Right.
constantly because she did that. I think it was
I know,
a
but
joke.
she was holding the president's head that was bloody and severed. So, like, if you do that in any other country, you're in jail.
Well, you're murdered
dead.
probably.
You're
yeah,
dead.
you're murdered.
You're dead.
You're murdered.
So that's not even a
Yeah,
joke.
So, like, was she questioned? I'm okay with that she was questioned. I want them to question people who might be a threat to the president, no
Or,
matter
you know
who
what
the
I
president
wonder though?
is.
What would Joan Rivers say
Oh.
if Joan was alive?
Well-
would she support Kathy or would she condemn her?
I think Joan would be after Melania the whole time. Well, Trump resurrected her career, so I wish she was alive because I really would like to know how she would handle that.
Well, there's also like free speech. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
there is,
So
yeah.
I agree it didn't make me laugh, and I agree I thought, well, that's terrible that she's doing it. But I mean, there is free speech.
Right. There
yeah,
is.
but that's
To
not.
a- but
that-
not
that-
not
that's
fully.
So I don't know. That was
There
to
is,
me,
but not hate speech.
the
You can't
lowest
scream
form.
fire in a theater. I mean, there's things you can't say.
Right.
I agree, though. You can make a funny beheaded joke. Just that wasn't it.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like you look at like rape jokes. There are people. A lot of comics do rape jokes, and
Right.
especially famous comics and a lot of guy comics. And there are
Yeah.
a lot of women who've been raped. And then so you think, well, if you do a rape joke and it's a funny rape joke, is that still okay for the women in the audience who've been raped? You know what I mean?
I don't
I do
have a
forgive funny.
problem per se with rape jokes. And if there was somebody here at the comic strip who had been raped and somebody tells a rape joke, it's a comedy club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not taking things seriously unless you're gratuitously trying to hurt people, or if it's one rape joke, okay, but I don't know. I just, maybe it's because I'm a comic. I don't get offended.
That's like abortion jokes,
Right.
Yeah, it's such a thin line with all of them, though.
Kathy
That's-
Griffin made a statement that fell flat. She wasn't just making a joke in a comedy club where she had, I don't, whatever.
You know what it is? It's almost like if you're going to do a beheading joke,
Yeah.
it better be really funny.
Yeah, I forgive funny. I always, there's certain jokes I've never touched because I can't make it funny. Like, people losing their children. I've never made a joke about that. But Robert Schimmel, who
And what was
lost his child, was saying he was in a comedy club and someone was making a joke about it and he was dying laughing.
Well, I saw Richard. That always kind of bothered. Or was his name Robert?
Robert Schimmel?
Robert Schimmel.
Robert
Richard,
Schimmel.
Robert Schimmel. I heard him on. What's his name with the curly hair? Howard Stern. And he was laughing and talking about his son who had died. And he was saying that, they had a Make-A-Wish Foundation and they came over and the woman was very sexy or whatever. And I forget what the joke was. It was like, hey, for my son who died of cancer, hey, can I have a Make-A-Wish lady come to. I don't know what the joke was, and I guess it was funny, but it was so disturbing to me that it was about his son who had died. Like,
It's his
I
way of
can't
coping.
ever imagine making
Yeah,
a joke
I think
about a
it's
dead
his-
child.
I think it's his way of dealing
Coping.
with it.
It's his way of coping.
yeah.
Not only that, he lost his mother. He lost like a lot of people.
And then he and his daughter were in a car accident. Then he died of cancer, right? I mean, but to your point, I also can't make jokes about people losing children. I just can't make it funny enough to forgive the premise.
You know who does a lot of jokes like that is, now of course I'm not going to remember his name, Doug Stanhope.
Oh, love
does
him.
a lot of rape jokes and a lot of like the very worst, most horrible. And it's the kind of jokes where you're sitting there going, what? How is he? What? And then like 2 minutes in, you're like, oh, like he beats you down with how horrible and offensive it is. Like sometimes I literally can't go with it. It's like he was talking about people in whose children, this woman who lost 5 babies, and it's just so I don't know. There's just what is the line? You know,
Dave
what I mean?
Attell does it well.
I guess it also depends about your audience.
Yeah.
You know, if your audience is with you, then I guess you can get away with a lot. I remember this was probably maybe 15 years ago. I got kicked out of Stand Up New York.
Why?
I was an audience member, and the comedian on stage was just very misogynistic. You know, like, if I'm dating a bitch, she better have her own condo. If I'm dating a bitch, she better have her own health care. And he just kept going on. And
But no
finally,
jokes.
I just stood up and I was like, do you? Do you? And he's like, uh-oh, yeah, I'm going to have to kick a bitch's ass. So I stood
Oh,
up
my
on
God.
that's what he said. I stood up on the chair, I bent over, and I was like, come do it. And he was like, security. And so I had to get,
Do you
Nikki,
remember who
your
it was?
signature is getting kicked out of places.
I know. It was a comedian named T.K. Kirkland.
I
don't
never
know.
heard
T.K.
of him.
He's been
Kirkland.
accused of
Oh, here we
stealing
go.
Puff Daddy's P. Diddy's watch or something.
Oh.
He's big.
Oh
He's
my
big.
God.
He's
Well, he
big
wants a
though.
condo.
He's big on like the
Def
urban
Jam?
circuit.
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember this was before Cat Williams was big. Cat Williams was there that night too. And
Where was this?
this was at Stand Up New York, probably maybe 12, 13, 14 years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
Yeah, it was very bizarre.
Do you do the urban rooms? Do you
Yes, I do all types of rooms.
I
all
saw
the
her at the
rooms.
Apollo Thursday night at
Oh,
the Apollo
all of
Comedy
them.
Club.
I saw the picture of you
Yeah,
at the
this-
Apollo.
yeah.
That
Where
was
is
this
it?
Thursday?
The
I do
Apollo
all
Comedy.
types of
Obviously,
It's in the
uptown.
it's next at the Apollo Theater.
But
Yeah.
it's not the
125th Street.
taping.
It's not the no.
No, but it's in the
It's
same. It's at the theater. It's just
It's
a
at the
different room.
theater. It's a different. They have a different room, but it's not the main.
Is it as
stage.
vicious? They
No.
boo you?
No,
it's great.
no. They don't boo. They don't
Okay,
boo.
good.
But
no.
they used to boo, right?
They
When-
boo in the main theater.
Right, when it's all
Oh.
televised and the whole world can see you
right.
go
there's,
down.
There's
So
no
lovely.
Sandman kicking you
No,
off what
no,
you
no,
did.
no, no.
When you know what I love, my favorite part of when you said, "Hey," you said something like, "Hey, black women, it's 2018. We should date outside our race, right?"
Yeah.
And everyone like clapped. I was like, "Yeah, it is 2018."
2018.
Yes.
Get yourself a Jew. Like,
Yeah, I know. Seriously, I did.
A
Go
rich
for it.
one. A
Jewish
rich
I'm
one.
married to a comedian.
Oh, you're who
Max
are you married?
Cohen. Could it be more Jewish?
Max Cohen. I don't know Max
yes,
Cohen.
Yes, he's young. He's
You're-
a lot younger than me.
He is? How much younger?
7, 8 years.
Oh, I didn't know
7,
that.
8
That's
years.
great.
Yeah, you know how to
I'm
pick
glad
'em.
you didn't know
I
that. That
love
means
that.
I look young or he looks old.
Yeah.
But wait a
no.
minute. Now, marrying a comic, I married a comic.
I know,
It's not a
and
good
he's
idea.
gay.
Why
Yeah,
not?
Carol told me because he's gay now.
Yeah, he was
Well, he was
gay.
gay
My
then,
boyfriend
too.
is my boyfriend's a comic. I
Who's
think
your
it's
boyfriend?
great.
Do I know?
Jamie Roberts.
I don't know him
I
either,
don't
but I
know
don't know.
him.
We
But
had
it's
we
so
had our own
old.
reality show
Yeah, they did.
on FYI Network. Yeah,
Really?
Very brave.
We're still 4 years. We're still together.
And he's
possibly.
Jewish also?
No,
No.
he's not Jewish.
Oh, he's not Jewish.
no, he's black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But you would date guys who aren't black,
She went
right?
for the
Yeah.
penis, not for the money.
Oh, Carrie knows some things.
Carrie, you want to share?
Yeah, you
You
want
know,
to share,
I would
Carrie?
go a little outside the tax bracket. I would finally date a guy with money. After 50 years of dating.
Does your boyfriend have money? Max?
Husband.
I mean, why do I keep calling him
No,
your
we don't have
boyfriend?
money.
Patty
We're poor
has
artists.
a boyfriend.
I
You have a boyfriend. Who's your boyfriend?
For
Well, he's
15
Irish.
years, for
Is he
15 years.
Not
straight
a
this time?
Yes, he's very straight. And he's, he's a great guy.
You didn't wait. Carol told me. What does your ex-husband do or did?
He was a comic. He wrote for Bette Midler.
Right. That's it. She
Oh.
told me
Yeah.
that, and I go, dude, You could tell me he was Anderson Cooper's butt plug, and that's not as gay as writing for Bette Midler.
No, but-
like that. Could that not have been a sign?
But and that's the winning joke to beat tonight.
That is the winning joke.
I have said that on this air. The gayest thing he ever said to me was he called me up and he said, "Can you watch the kids tonight?" He was supposed to take the kids on a Saturday night. He said, "I'm going with Bette Midler to watch a Cher concert." Okay, how much
Wow.
gayer is that?
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, like that's
I know.
gay.
Was
Yeah.
he critical of you, of anything about, like, nitpicky, like, oh, you know?
yeah, he kind of hated me. I mean, I don't think he liked me very much.
He hated everything
Oh,
about
How
it.
many
hated
kids
me.
did you have together?
Huh?
How many kids did you have together?
2.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
got me was the crying down the aisle.
Uh-oh, Carrie's coming in after you, Vicky.
Oh no! It's like
She's
the Kentucky
coming.
Derby. It's
Yeah,
like the
she's
Kentucky Derby.
coming with the
I would
joke.
slap you on the shoulder, but I won't.
Don't!
Thank God I'm on this side. I'm staying away. So you guys, I was going to ask about dating, but you guys aren't dating because you've
Well,
got
I didn't
your-
say I don't date outside the marriage.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I
That's
don't.
the Russian in her.
That's right. It's whatever he does for me.
Do you use your accent when you're
I
making
literally
love?
thought you were going to say, "Do you use protection?"
I thought
That's
you were
it.
going to say the same thing.
Really?
I thought you were going to say, do you use protection?
No, but you know what's funny is that I just learned 7 years together and men don't talk. They don't talk. They're like closed vaults. I just learned I talk in my sleep in Russian. After 7 years, he
Come
decides
on.
to tell me this.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was
You're
like
dating,
he-
you're married 7 years?
together 7 years.
Okay.
So he was like, and married 3, but he was like, oh yeah, you do. That's why I'm convinced you're a spy because like what the fuck.
Yeah.
Now,
And also I do travel advising during the day. And if you watch The Americans, they're travel agents.
right.
So he's literally like, dude, Vicky, because I started this 2 years ago. He's like, I don't know, like just take all. I know nothing. Don't interrogate
He's
me.
a comic as well?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you both have no money. That's great.
Isn't that great? Yeah, we recorded our albums on the same
Are you
night.
going to have children?
I don't
do
think
you
so.
want to?
No.
No?
Do you want children?
I
love your
do,
children.
but
You
I
look
don't
good.
know who would raise them. Maybe if I get pregnant by somebody else and get their child support money. I don't think so. You know why? Because people think that having a child is like an accessory. Oh, it's something to do while I do everything
Right,
else.
right, right.
You have
if
to
you
stop.
have a child,
Yeah.
no, if you have a child, that child needs your time, your attention, and your care for X amount of whatever. And I feel like, either you're going to go this way or you're going to go this way. And I think we're kind of happy with going the way we're going, which
Right.
is me being here, not breastfeeding somebody at home,
Mm-hmm.
me having fun and just, doing
Well,
other
still,
things with
you're
my
And
life.
you're
still
going to be a
young.
stepmom though.
You're young.
Yes, I will
He
be a
has children.
stepmom. He has children.
Oh,
He's
how old
got
are
a
his kids?
27
His kids
year
are
old.
6 and 12. What'd you say?
I said he has a 27-year-old.
Yeah. No.
6 and 12.
You're
that's
young,
so
though. You're young.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen for
When
me.
can you have children until? What's the age cut?
I had mine.
45.
I had my first one at 40.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you?
What was
Um,
your second one?
41.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you did it
Back
right.
to
in a
No,
row.
those eggs after 40, the eggs are like.
This was they said
Yeah, I
after
don't know if they
40, like
were
your eggs are going to
pooping.
be
No,
like.
they drop fast. That's why people have twins at 40.
Yeah, well, I
Really?
didn't get blessed
Well, you
like
know,
that.
things can happen. You can have a retarded kid. I mean,
That's
let's-
what I. Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's
You could
what
have
they
a
told
kid with
me.
Down syndrome.
They told me that at
Do you get
35, and that's why they wanted me to have that shot in your stomach, the amniocentesis.
Oh, so they could check.
And I let him do it the first time, and I wouldn't let him do it.
I
the
wouldn't let him
second
do it
time.
the second time
Why
either,
not?
Mike.
Because
It
the
is
babies
what it
can
is.
die. The baby can die, and who gives a shit if it's retarded? I'm not going to abort it because it's retarded. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, really?
You
You're
married
you're
your
a better
first
person than
husband.
me.
No one
me
aborted him.
Church group. Did you hear that, church group?
Church group. Did you hear
No
that?
abortions in this room.
oh yeah, wait a minute. Now you're in a church
She is
group.
a sinner.
You know what now I'm always surprised when people are comics and also religious because it seems like the two don't go together.
No, I think they go
You
together
think they do
perfectly.
go
Well,
together?
she needs God.
Yeah, I
Look
need
at
God
what
to get
she
through this
does.
fucked up life.
Patty doesn't believe.
It's not that I don't believe. I might believe.
You
but
have no. If you had serious problems,
then I
you
would believe.
you probably be searching, looking for something to give you some answers or to give you some support. But I feel like and I'm assuming about your life, like you have no problems. You don't need this. You don't need that. But typically, like people that are downtrodden, they're the ones that are more spiritual.
I think that's probably true. I've always thought that.
Well, yeah,
I do
Latin
think
America,
that.
South America, a lot of poverty,
And I
a
also
lot of
think-
crosses.
People who had a lot of people close to them die, they tend to be
Yes.
religious because they want to see them on the
Yes.
other side, so they like religion.
I'll tell you a great story.
Go ahead.
I was at my restaurant. I had my guy walked out on me.
Your guy?
The cook.
Oh.
I'm by myself with this one Spanish girl. My whole kitchen staff walked out on me, and it's lunchtime, and the tickets are coming in, and it's going and I'm putting them up, and
It's like a nightmare.
It was like a nightmare. I'll never forget this. I felt like I was sinking, and the ground was spinning, like I was in quicksand, and I felt like at one point I was going to pass out from the stress, and I remember saying, God, you got to help me right now, God. Help me, please. And I'll never forget it. I felt this feeling in my body, and I got all those tickets done. And when I was done, it was like something just let go. It was like,
who cooked them?
God! What's the matter with you?
But wait a minute.
God gave me the strength and did it for me.
I believe that. I believe that story. But what about all the times you say, hey, God, can you do this for me? And he doesn't.
Yeah, because
Like
he
what?
doesn't deem it important in your life at that moment.
Right,
He or she.
like
I
what?
mean,
Even
I
though
can't
believe
believe
it's a
how many
he, I
things
really
I've
do.
asked for you don't
Like
get.
what?
Like what?
A straight husband?
No, when I used to stutter when I was little, I would pray, please, God, can you make it so I don't stutter?
Okay, you stuttering now? Are you stuttering now?
Nobody let me fucking
Hello?
stutter for
But
2
are you
years.
but are you stuttering now?
It
No.
made you
So
stronger.
it's over.
It made you the
It's
woman
over.
you
He
are, Patty.
answered that when you stopped stuttering. It took 2 years. He got to it. There's a long list of people in front of you.
What about my OCD? I can't get rid of my OCD. Please, God, get rid of my OCD.
You're
But
with
you're
me,
not
and I have a
really-
very infectious disease right now.
You're not really.
Just kidding.
You're not
do have the
really.
bad OCD.
You're not really asking.
See, there's always some reason. It's like, oh, but you're not really asking.
She
I didn't
tries
ask
to
the
ask,
right
and
way.
then she goes, turns off the stove 3 times.
I can't tell you about God. You're gonna have to find it yourself.
Yeah, I don't.
Nikki, you believe
I don't
in
really
God.
get into conversations too heavy
Yeah.
because
What if they want to believe they believe?
right. Not only that, but sometimes spirituality is hard to explain
Yes.
to the
Yes.
layperson,
Yes.
especially when it's your like that was a great personal story. Every time, like before I have a big show, I meditate and I ask God, please help me, because I still get anxiety. I have bad anxiety. God, please help me. And every time I feel like I just let go and I just let God handle it, and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Even like when things are really bad and it seems like that, I'm praying and nothing's happening, I'm thinking, well, you know what? Maybe this is for my good, because we can't always get good. Like, I'm going to pray for this, and like an ATM machine, it's going to happen. Sometimes there are unexplainable things that are happening in your life. Like, damn, God, why'd you take my grandma? Like, damn, why did you allow, my parents to be in this fucked up relationship? Why was there molestation happening to these children? And, why do you allow these things to happen? I don't have those answers. I don't understand it, but I like to think that there's some type of glue holding the universe together, and there's a reason for things. I don't know it.
Yes, it's probably a lesson or something.
Well, I mean, that would be
But-
nice. I would like that.
Did you ever hear the
I don't know.
story?
Yeah.
The man was walking along the beach
With the sand,
God.
with the footprints.
Yes, and he said to
Yes.
God, he flashed scenes of his life with the two set of footprints.
Yeah.
And he says to God, you know what I noticed during the worst times of my life? There was only one set of footprints. You abandoned me when I needed you the most.
Yeah.
This ungrateful little bastard. God says to him, I was carrying you those times, you piece of shit.
What about, I have a question.
But I have a friend
I don't
that's
know.
atheist. I'm very good friends with her, and she calls me and she's like, huh, did you go to church and give those idiots your money again today? And that's fine. I respect that she's like, she has some atheist group online, and they're in there talking about atheist
but
shit.
yeah, I understand. I'm not atheist.
You're agnostic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Okay,
open
so-
to all
but-
things, but some of it seems, I watch Joel Osteen and all those people. It's
Well,
like that
that's-
is such a
that's
money
such-
maker.
yeah.
That's different.
That's like
That's
saying
so
I'm a
dis-
Hasidic Jew. That's different than what Nikki's God. Joel Osteen is very different. But I was going
But
to
a lot
say,
of people really believe him, and really, they're sitting there with their notebooks.
He's
You
a
ever
cult
see
leader.
Joel Osteen? They sit there with their notebooks. He's talking. He tells like a lame joke every show. The opening is like some religious lame joke. Then he goes into, and it's all like, you can get a lot of money. You can be bigger than you think.
It's the accent.
He's
I
a
can't-
cult leader.
I turn it off.
I'm really impressed though with the production of it all, because if you look at how he packages what he says, it's very persuasive language, and there is an art form to how he puts everything together for these people.
I feel like he's a
I'm
con
like-
man, you know.
He
I'm-
is.
it's
He
something. It's something.
Also, they show pictures of him from before and after. Like, he's had like plastic surgery done. Like,
Has he?
Yeah. If you're a big man of God, why do you need
Look,
to have
if you're
your
going
eyes
to do
done
that,
and
you're going to take people's money. You better take that money and you better give it to people who need it.
Right.
Otherwise,
Joyce Myers had plastic surgery
Oh,
too.
it's the worst plastic surgery.
So
does
what,
what
what
happened
is
to
your
her mouth?
religion?
Like a monkey mouth. Like it's
I'm not
it's terrible.
religious, but because I culturally, I just am drawn to Judaism because that's, we celebrate it. And as a Jewish person, you're always told what your people went through, okay, and what they've gone through for centuries.
So you were raised Jewish.
I'm like a Jewish werewolf, okay? I don't walk around being Jewish, but if someone tries to attack, I come
Let
out
me
as
ask
the
you a
Jewish
question.
dog,
Have you ever had a problem or somebody saying something unsavory to you
Yes.
about being Jewish
Yes.
on stage or whatever?
Oh, on stage? No.
Or anything
No.
like related to your comedy or any like your profession or anything?
I was told by somebody who doesn't even know his slurs to Jew it down, but Jew it down is a actual derogatory slur.
What does that mean? Jew it down though.
It means like I went to the. They tried to Jew me down, like they tried to bargain.
Oh,
And it's a very derogatory term. Like it shouldn't be used. Like
Right.
it's bad. He meant like do less Jewish stuff in your jokes in this particular show, but he used the wrong derogatory slurs.
Jew it down.
yeah.
Jew it
He
down.
meant be less
Yeah, he-
Jewy,
yeah,
right?
like,
Let me
That's
tell
he
you
was
what
trying to
happened to
say.
me, which
What?
was very scary and strange. I was doing a show. It was like a pro-Israel show at Stand Up New York. This was like a couple years ago. The girl, her name is Savan Hadari. And because I was on the show, I received a call, like maybe 2 calls from some random guy. I don't know how he got my number. And he was like, how could you be doing this show?
Oh my god!
Like, you better not be doing that
Why?
show.
who is it?
I didn't know who he was.
Oh my
Do
God.
you know how the Palestinians are suffering and you're going to be on this lineup? You really ought to be ashamed of yourself. You need to go do your research. And like, it was a very threatening tone.
Wow, that is
And
scary.
I told the producer of the show, and they had to have people like at the doors watching
Are you
to make
kidding
sure.
me?
Well,
That
I
is
have a
Stand Up New
question
York.
because Max and I. So when we go to temple on high holidays, we have to use metal detectors. Do you use metal detectors in church?
I haven't been to church,
No.
Carrie.
Yeah. See, I was asking Max, do people that go to church have to do this?
They do not.
This is
but
metal
that-
detectors since the
They
beginning
should
of
be
my
because
life.
Kidding me?
you saw
Yeah,
how many
because you know who-
churches are getting
Getting
shot up.
Yeah. Well, temples are always a bombing target.
It's
People hate Jews.
You know what? I was just talking to someone.
People
who
hate people.
Yeah.
I was
I do.
no, but
It's
it's
sad.
different.
But
I mean,
anti-Semitism
I was talking to Marla Schultz, and she was saying something about the Jews, and I go, what is it though that people always hate the Jews?
Well,
like,
well,
go ahead.
let's zoom in on my particular incident, and this was specifically a Palestinian-Israeli situation. And if you know historically what's going on and also what's happening today, there is a problem there, and mainstream media is not addressing it.
Right.
And people need to know what's happening, but it's really, really contentious in that area. And some people would say that the Palestinians are in like being jailed in or whatever, and that they're suffering, that a whole bunch of things are happening, that their people are being shot, and it's almost like apartheid, some people would say. So this isn't why do they hate Jews? Why do they hate Jews specifically with mine? This was an Israel-Palestinian issue.
Which, yeah, and Israel was formed because of the Holocaust. So it's like this cycle, always this cycle. And I always wondered, like, I kind of know the answer, why they
Yeah.
didn't settle in Germany or Europe. Obviously, maybe too much trauma. Like, they're like, get me out of here. Yeah, I don't trust.
Yeah, would you ever
Too much
want to
trauma.
stay there?
Everything goes back to the Balfour Agreement.
I don't want to stay there, and I'm good.
I don't know the
Exactly,
Balfour
right. The
The
Agreement.
Balfour Agreement was the agreement that was made that would give Jews a homeland in Israel.
Right.
And because of this agreement, the people that were there before the Jews came there have been displaced.
Right.
And this still hasn't been resolved.
It's awful.
Why they can't share the land, I don't know. But that's what is like, and
I
that,
don't
and
know.
hold on for a second. Let me say this to circle back to Patty. This is biblical, Old Testament, New Testament stuff, which makes me a believer, because if there's prophecy that was written hundreds of thousands of years ago that this place and this situation was going to be an issue, then it's almost like, well, shit, is this, maybe the Bible is real, because it foretells of stuff that's happening today.
Or yes, or life is cyclical, and human beings are
Correct.
predictable. Yeah.
Or we could have taken all the Jews and we could have brought them to Duluth, and they would have made that a nice place to go.
Duluth.
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 All right.
Anywhere horrible.
Did you just have a road gig there?
No.
Do you have a traumatic story to tell?
Oh my God.
Look, I'm just saying. Is that Marla? Anyway, I'm just saying.
Oh, it is. Mother show, they just did Florida with her. It was a lot of fun.
She's
What
right
was
though.
that, Ladies of Laughter?
No, it was just a
You're
private
right.
gig and it for
You're right
It
there.
never ends.
It could
people
be
who own
just
businesses. Like they
Oh,
were
more
like, it
predictable.
was really fun. Can I ask you a question? Now you have a show coming out.
Yeah.
Called.
Confessions of a Massage Parlor Madam.
Now, can we ask you about that? That
Yeah.
sounds like a. Now,
Yeah.
So now, what does that mean? A massage parlor madam? What does that mean?
Well, I owned and operated an adult business, an adult massage parlor, a rub and tug, for a
Rub and
decade.
Rub and tug.
Adam. That's right up Adam's.
Adam.
Adam,
Well, a rub and
Come on,
tug.
Adam.
Hold on. Now,
Rub and
rub and
tug.
tug. So is that allowed? Is that legal?
not necessarily.
Okay. Is that a rub and tug in New York?
Yes.
And I guess you have a lot of rub and tugs, right?
There are a lot of rub and tugs.
They're all over the
All
Do
place.
over.
women come to rub and tugs?
I've done women before.
You
yes.
have?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a guy do the woman, or you just have
No.
a girl do the woman?
You just
We
do
only
the woman?
employed women.
I see.
I didn't know you did.
And
women.
how do they know? They say, I want to get off?
They let you know in different
Is there like
ways.
code word, like I'll take the hamburger?
No.
I
no
mean,
code
when you take
word.
off your underwear and then spread eagle, I feel like.
When you start moving around on the table and pumping your
Oh,
body
that's
back,
when you
I guess
know.
you want it.
Okay. Because that's what Kevin Brennan was talking about on Adam on that other podcast. Because he was saying, "Oh, you kind of let him know you do that." I had one guy who was telling me, he goes, "Yeah, you just do. The woman comes up and she kind of gives you a tap on the thigh, and if you nod after she gives you the tap on the thigh, he goes to Chinese ones." And if you nod after the tap on the thigh, that means she's going to do it to you. But if you nod her off, that means you don't want it.
Oh, okay.
Did the tap on the.
How much does a regular massage cost? $60, $100?
In New York, I think the going rate for an hour, depending on where you go, like if you go to a high-end spa, a 1 hour massage can run upwards to $160 or
Right.
$200, depending
But
on
like-
Oh, really?
Like if you go to Red Door, Elizabeth
Right, forget
Arden,
those
Yeah, yeah.
places.
Yeah.
They don't even really massage you. It's
They
like
don't
they
even
play.
get
but
you
they can
off.
be $160 to $200. But at the Chinese places, they're like $60 for an hour.
60
Yeah, I
for
like
an
the
hour,
Chinese
and then how
places,
much for the
but
extra
just
tug?
here.
Are you talking about my business or
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Chinese
yours,
people?
yours.
Oh, my
Chinese
business. My business was it was $120 for a half hour, $200 for the hour, and the girl would be topless, and you would get the ending, and it would be, and you could
For
tip
100, for
for
120.
$120 for the half hour, or $200 for the hour.
Did everyone
What does
know?
the girl get?
It was like a
60-40?
yeah, something like that.
Does everyone who goes in there knows that that's what's happening, or do some people just go
Word
in?
gets out, Patty.
No, but sometimes there's got to be somebody thinking, "Oh, I want to go in for a massage," and it's
I
like,
think
what's
it
everybody
happened a couple.
naked?
I mean, it happened a couple times probably.
Yeah.
Now,
and friends of mine, they're like, oh, he didn't know that it was blah blah blah.
when
yeah.
the police come,
yeah, your
Who-
door gets busted down.
who gets arrested?
Oh, shit.
Whoever's there,
Did you ever?
Everybody?
whoever's there, yeah.
Did you ever get
Yeah.
arrested? And then what happens after that?
You do community service and you go back to work and make money again.
So you
They
open.
don't come back, or do you change location?
No, I didn't change location.
They just didn't
that was
come
the
back?
problem. At one location, they did come back.
Oh, yeah, I
At
remember
another
this from your
location, they didn't come back.
But
Her
that-
show's
But you make
great.
big money.
I did. I don't have the business anymore, but I did. Yeah.
Did you save that money?
I did.
Good.
Some of it. Some of it. You know, I made bad investments. Like I lost $30,000 on a bad real estate investment. I bought a house in Jersey. That was not so great. And then the place where I am now, I can pretty much live very low because I paid a lot of money up front to be where I am. So
Now, did your parents know you're in a?
I still don't think they know. They might know.
This
Do the
Are they-
church
they're not
people
your
know?
friends?
Because I think you're on Facebook
I
Live.
invited the church people. One of the church ladies came and she liked the show.
Oh, she did?
She did. She liked it. She
The
said,
great
"Good
thing
job."
about Christianity is you just Hail Mary.
You know what?
God forgives you, right?
This is what I'm starting to understand about church ladies. Church ladies were hoes back in their time. In their heyday, they did all the shit they wanted.
Yeah.
This is a D.L. Hughley joke, actually.
Oh, what is it?
He's like, he says, why all of a sudden it's the rapture now that I want to have fun, Grandma? Like, you did all the shit you wanted to do
That's
when you
right.
were, and
You
now,
drank all the moonshine.
yeah. Now that you're old and decrepit, now it's the rapture, and that's got to mess up my fun.
It should be like a conveyor belt. Like, no, you're not ready yet for church. You need to do this, that.
That's right.
Age 50 plus, go.
How do you get into it though? Like, what makes you to own it? Like, you have to work there first, and then you can own it, or how do you become a madam of it? Like, how does that start?
Okay. So it starts, I think, out of a need.
Financial.
So, financial. I had a financial need. I looked in the back of the Village Voice. There was an ad for a place to go. And when I first went, I don't think I quite understood tonight. And I was like, no, I really need to be trained. So at first I thought it was a regular
Massage parlor.
massage place, but like
Right.
the girls were pretty or something.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't want to train me and stuff, that was like a red flag. And I called my grandmother afterwards, and she's like, "Don't go back to that place."
Because
So-
they don't
Read the
train.
Bible.
Because they don't train.
Yeah, they don't
Not
train.
because
Don't go back to that
you're
place.
just- Yeah.
But a
jerking
year
men off.
later, I did go back to a place, and I started working there. That was on 31st and 8th.
It's topless.
It was a lot of less.
What's
The
a
place
lot of
where-
less?
It was pretty much that you would do the massage topless in like a bikini bottom.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess some girls to
Did it
get
naked.
extra money would do.
Would do more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if the guy's face is in the thing down anyway, he's not seeing you anyway.
No, but they at a certain point they
gotta
customer, you
flip
have to
over.
flip them over.
Okay.
Flip them. Flip
So,
them like
a lot of married men, a lot of single guys.
Yeah.
I think as long as there's I don't think there's anything wrong with the rub and tug. Like, you give them a massage and then it's a full release, and that is definitely the best massage you can have. Full release. That is, I'm all for it.
with hands.
It's relaxing.
Is it just
Yeah.
with hands?
Yeah, I did it with
Yeah,
hands.
but
Gloves?
a lot of
Gloves?
women though.
No.
Sometimes
If the
yes
guy
or no.
says to the girl he has an extra 50, blow me, she'll probably blow him.
Well, there was actually I went to Northwestern, and I used to do out calls. I would go to hotels and stuff. And I remember I went to a fancy hotel on the east side. I can't remember what hotel it was, but the guy offered me. He went to Northwestern, and I don't know why that came up, but anyway, he offered me $500 to perform oral sex on him, and I declined. My philosophy and my thought process was, if I wanted to be an escort, I would be an escort.
Right.
Right.
I don't want to go that far. That's
It's
not
like
what
where you
I'm,
draw the line.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with
Massaging you.
touching you with my hands,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, do you do body to body?" I'm sorry, but for me, the money's not enough for me to get naked, oil my body down, and rub my titties all over
Yeah,
your
yeah,
back
that's
and
very intimate.
balls. And
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
too
I
close.
don't do
I don't.
that.
You may stink. You may have. That's too intimate for
Very
me. And
pretty.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I don't
comfortable
even let
with
my
that.
woman.
husband do
I
that.
don't
Right,
kiss
and-
them on the
but some women are fine with that.
I'm all
In
for that.
Florida, there
Stay
are
on
plenty
your
of
side of
women
the
that
bed.
probably. But I don't know why I said in Florida.
Yeah, why Florida?
But I think it's because it's big business down in Miami as well.
Oh,
but
oh.
here too, like, they do body to body. I'm not hating on you. If that's what you want to do it. If you want to perform oral sex on people, my thing is, I don't want to judge people for what they want to do for money, because I don't want to be judged. I mean, we judge people. But if somebody wants to make their living, doing that, then that's what, do
Yeah.
that.
I did
Be safe.
strippergrams.
What's
That's as
that?
far. You just take off your
That's in
clothes.
1950.
That was in the 50s. And you would go
What?
down to your bra. You'd go down to a
And you have
teddy.
little tassels.
And you'd have bra and underpants. And you go into an office and you'd play the music.
In
and
an office?
Yeah. And the
Holy
music,
damn.
The
In
music
an
would
office?
be da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, like the old-fashioned stripper music. And you would just take off your clothes.
In
But-
an office.
In an office.
That's why it was safe.
What the?
Because when
That's
I
why
did
it was safe.
When you did it not in the office, that's where I almost got killed. Like, weren't you ever afraid of like when you go
Yeah.
into a hotel room, like
I-
you don't know what they're
I
going
talk
to
Men
about-
are, but they're
kill
horny
you or
and they're
rape you.
crazy,
I talk
and
about
they're
it.
at that moment where they're.
I talk about that in my show and that's one of the things why
I
I
want
am
to come to your show.
why I am spiritual, because I could have died.
Right.
You know, people died. I just read a story. This was in Milwaukee. At the beginning of March, there was a young woman who had agreed to have sex with a man for $160.
Right.
That was the agreement. She got to his house or wherever he was, and he gave her $200, and he said, "I want my change." And she says, "Well, I don't have change." And she said, "Well, then I don't know what we're going to do, because I'm not going to have sex." He was infuriated with her.
Right.
He assaulted her, punched her in the face,
Oh, God.
raped her,
Oh, God.
took a knife, stabbed her in her chest.
Where was this?
This was in Milwaukee. This is a part.
But this is why I'm afraid
This
for
is
you,
something.
for girls
This is
who
a
do-
part. This is a part of my show.
Right.
My show is almost like a public.
So did he
service
get
announcement.
arrested?
He turned himself in. He said, "This is what I did," and he turned himself in. This girl was 18.
See, it's so sad because, you come to the city, you can't pay your rent. That's why I did strippergrams,
Right.
and it wasn't even that much money. We were getting $85, and then I would walk home with 15 unless they wanted to give me a tip. So the house would make 60.
Oh, my
So you
God.
weren't, but if I could do 3 or 4 in a day, and that's more than I would make doing a lunch shift at, fucking whatever the lunch shift that I had.
Oh, you made
But
$25.
So
I think I made 15 each.
Well, then they made 75.
no, 15 plus.
They made 70.
What's 15 plus something is 85?
70.
Yeah, 70. You're right. Thank you. My math is
so
That's why I was stripping and not working.
Yeah, but didn't they say to you, "Come on, take it off"? The guys.
Yeah, the guy wanted me to. These guys wanted me to blow them. They would always ask you,
so
In the
listen,
office.
and I would be like,
your-
no.
By the
Patty,
coffee machine.
Patty,
Yeah.
your story and my story are almost parallel, except you did the strippogram thing, and
Yeah.
I chose to do something else.
Yeah.
But you come to this is what you said. You come to the city, you need money.
Yeah.
And it's happened. It's thousands. It happens to
Yeah, yeah,
thousands
yeah.
and thousands of girls.
But it's so dangerous because
Yeah.
when I did the house party, that's when I almost got killed because I only went down in my brown underpants and they wanted me to take everything off and they fucking surrounded me and they're screaming. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to get killed. These people are going to kill me. But anyway, so that's why I was thinking, you go alone in somebody's hotel room. It's different if you're in a place with everybody there. You have cameras, whatever.
This is the thing, because I feel bad because I sent people out on out calls
Yeah.
and put them in danger. If something would have happened to them, I could have possibly gotten in trouble.
right.
But the smart girls and the girls that make a lot of money, they have drivers.
Oh, yeah.
So like girls that do escort,
Yeah.
if they're gonna go high, go to a client's hotel or whatever,
Yeah.
there's a guy downstairs waiting for them that's their driver and
Yeah,
access
but
security.
But if she's getting anything up there, he doesn't know it.
Yeah,
But if she doesn't
till
come
it's
down,
too late. If she doesn't come down and she's mauled, then she's just
but
mauled.
if she doesn't come down by a certain time,
Well,
he'll
there
go
was a
up.
girl who did stripgrams. I think I told you this. She was old, but she kind of had like a kick-ass body for an old woman, and she wore all leopard. She had dyed blonde hair and big red lips. But anyway,
Is that Sandy Kane?
I don't know who that is, but she.
Oh,
who's
I
Sandy
remember.
Kane?
Remember her?
Oh, okay. So, but she came with a big, huge, gigantic bodybuilder guy, and he would come in. And he would introduce himself, and he'd go, okay, I'll be waiting out here. And she would go in the room where the guys were and do the strip, because sometimes it would be a 2-stripper show. She'd go in first and then me, or I'd go.
Yeah.
And I'd always think, I don't want to go in after her because she gets naked. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I
no.
wanted to be the
Yeah, of
warm-up.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
and then
girl.
that way, if she goes first, she takes the bodyguard and leaves. You're the one
I
that
know,
gets
then I
raped.
fucked and I had no
you were
bodyguard.
you wanted to be the opener, not
Yeah,
the
I wanted
headliner.
to be over
You can't be the clean
That's
comic
one gig,
following
yeah.
the dirty
I
comic.
wanted to be the MC. Yeah, because
Yeah,
once
but-
they see a vagina.
So
Yeah,
now
that's
at this point, you're not doing that anymore.
No, I'm not doing it.
done.
It took
You're
a leap
done.
of faith because the money was so good. It was hard to leave it. But I kind of had to make a choice, that life or the life that I want to have with my comedy and my boyfriend. And I chose my comedy and my boyfriend.
And did your boyfriend ever get mad at you, or were you ever afraid to tell a guy that you were dating that you did that they would judge you or anything like that?
Yeah, that happened. Because when I first started, I was dating a guy and I was madly in love with him. And I was very transparent. And he just was kind of like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I can't date you and you do that. And I respect that. But when you're in that lifestyle, it's like you don't.
It seems
you-
normal.
It's like not only is it normal, but then you kind of keep things a secret.
Yeah.
You keep things a secret. It's very hard to have somebody unless they're complicit in it. Like I was dating a guy who was like, yeah, I'll help after the first guy. Yeah, I'll help you do this and I'll help you do that. But that was because he was married and he couldn't be in a real relationship with me anyway.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if
yeah.
It was, so it was
yeah,
a big mess.
Yeah, and not only that, you're once you're in it like that, you don't see anything wrong with it. But if I could see the guy's point where he's jealous.
Sure.
He doesn't want you touching
I
another
wouldn't
guy.
want somebody that I was in love with doing it.
Right.
Even if it was like, oh yeah, here's $500. I don't feel comfortable with
Right.
that. And I respect that the guy would think that. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, how about you? Any rub and tug for you?
Yeah, but then I have to kill them right after.
Vicky Kuperman.
You just do comedy full time?
No. Oh no!
What's your other
I
job?
do
You
like
do.
to have dinner as well as lunch. Travel advising. I told you I'm a spy.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you advise them to go?
Well, I curate trips for people based on what they want.
What does that mean? You curate trips?
She creates
Like
a trip.
like I
whatever.
wanna
you
go-
create. I thought you said you curate.
I do. I
say.
curate an
She did say
itinerary.
curate.
Curate itineraries. You want to go to Greece with your daughter?
I want to go to Ireland.
I'll do everything.
You will?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually what I'm
Yeah.
interested
Oh,
in
okay.
doing.
Good. See, I thought we were role
Okay,
playing.
so maybe
but,
no. I actually want to do that.
I'll curate everything. I just
Okay.
ask what you like. I ask, like, to me, travel is just you can't. It's this an invaluable experience. Just traveling the world.
I have
and
a lot of stress with traveling. I don't like it. I get nervous. I don't like to
OCD.
fly.
Oh,
She's-
it
she's
is already
Because
high
you're out
maintenance.
of your
She's
comfort
high
zone.
That's
maintenance.
exactly
You can't
it.
control your environment.
I gotta fly with my pillow. I gotta fly. I gotta have my medication if I
She
forget it.
just made
Very good.
Adam just so we could. The lights were a little bright, and she
Yes.
made Adam put filters
Yes.
on them, and
He had to.
a whole to do 20 minutes.
Yes, because
Oh, and then when we had the old
go ahead.
studio,
Yes.
she had to have the right chair. Remember that with the fucking chair? You had a special chair because your ass was hurting with your back.
Because it was a wooden seat, and my ass is very bony. I have a bony ass.
So we had to go buy her a special
heard that.
chair.
Everyone's very
Bony
high maintenance.
ass.
She has a
Look,
bony
I have
ass.
bad OCD. I have a lot of
That's
anxiety.
okay. You know it.
Yeah, I
That's
know
okay.
it. I
Oh,
own
we
it.
love her.
What do you
I own
do
it.
to cope with that?
I
Lot
used to
of drugs.
drink. No, I don't do anything, and I should. Someone gave me some weed that I'm going to try smoking.
You know
Don't
what's weird?
self-medicate.
You know what's weird?
I
No,
wouldn't
don't do that because
self-medicate.
if you smoke pot, you're gonna flip out.
You'll be
You're
paranoid.
Gonna
You
be paranoid.
shouldn't
it's gonna
do
make
that.
it
Really,
worse.
you don't think so?
I don't
Ah,
think
Patty,
it'll help
don't
you
you
at
remember
all.
that time you smoked pot and you thought you were gonna kill
Yeah,
yourself?
but the girl who gave me this says this is the new kind of
No,
weed
no.
and
No.
makes you
No,
very sleepy.
I would
Sleepy weed.
never.
Why do you want to
trust
be
it.
sleepy to combat your OCD?
Because I lay in bed like, oh my God, I got so much to do. How am I going to get
No,
up
no,
in the
no.
morning? And I got to get up and I got to go.
You're gonna
you know.
flip out if you smoke
I
the
want
pot.
I want my brain to go.
You know what? You need
Empty.
to fix your brain. You don't need to medicate your
Meditate.
brain. You need to meditate and you need to fix your brain,
you need
not
cognitive
medicate
therapy.
yourself.
You
You
need
need
God.
Yes, yes.
You need
Let me
God.
tell you, I have been to. I need
God is going to help you.
I need the Bible. I don't me. No.
You need the church ladies.
Yeah, the church lady.
Listen, I have been to therapy off and on
What
for
kind?
probably 25
What kind?
years.
Hey,
I have
tell
had
her
directional
tell her
therapy.
about the therapist that made you fucking take your clothes off.
Oh my
She's
God.
so gullible.
What?
I had a therapist who used to make me take my clothes off. I've had every kind of therapy.
Tell him what
Did you
she
sing?
used to
Did you
fucking
did
do,
you sing him
Patty.
a telegram?
Okay, I went to this one woman, Elaine Waldman. Okay, I'm saying her name because she did primal scream therapy. Okay, so I've done I've done every therapy and
Go.
nothing has helped. Okay, so she was like 4 feet tall. She looked like a little troll. She had a
Dr. Ruth.
big giant mole on the side of her mouth, and she wore this thing that looked like a Harpo wig, you know, like Harpo from the Marx
Yes,
Brothers.
yes.
And she had one big eye and one really small eye, and she walked like a little elf, like. And she was so anyway. I get in the room, and someone told me that she really changed their life. So she goes to me, okay, well, what we do is you have to take all your clothes off because I have to see the blockages in your body. I go, I'm not comfortable taking my clothes off. She goes, you can leave your bra and underpants on in the beginning, and eventually you'll take off all your clothes. So because this person recommended them, and you know how you said it looks like you don't have problems? I had so many problems with depression and everything else that I thought, I'll do anything. I'll do anything to get better. I took my clothes off, had my bra and underpants on. She starts beating me over this horse it's not like a horse that you ride. You know, like when you in gymnastics, you jump over one of those leather horses. She has me lay over the horse. She's hitting me with something like a wooden spoon.
This was her fantasy.
I think you walked into the wrong room.
Exactly. She's getting all the blockages out of me.
No, she's getting her rocks off.
And then she afterwards she goes, okay, now we have to hug. She's hugging me. And then I go, I feel uncomfortable with you hugging me like this. She goes, no, you just need to open up. That's you being afraid to open up. You just have to hold on to me. And I go, no, I feel really uncomfortable. I go, besides I have my period, and that's making me super uncomfortable to be hugging you. She goes, this is what you need to say to God. This is the weirdest thing she ever said to me.
This is why you don't believe in God.
She goes, say, thank you, God, for the bloodbath. And I'm like, what? And she goes, say thank you, God, for the bloodbath, which was my period. I know. Look at the both of you.
Let me.
And I am like,
How long did you go to her for? A year?
No,
What? You went
I went back. No, but here's the thing.
How many times did you go back?
I probably went to her 6 times. And the 6th time, my back went out by her pushing on my back. And I called her up and I said, Elaine, I won't be coming back. She goes, why is that? I go, because you put my back out. And she goes,
did you finally take your underwear and bra off?
no, never. And so she goes, you're just quitting because you can't open yourself up. I go, okay, whatever, but I'm quitting. She goes, I didn't hurt your back. I go, yes, you did hurt my back. She goes, no, I didn't. I go, you put my back out. I've been to a chiropractor twice because of you, and it's costing me a lot of money. I'm not coming back. She goes, why don't you say the real reason why you're not coming back? I go, what is that? She goes, I swear to God, she goes, you hate me. I go, what? She goes,
Okay,
you hate me. I go, okay, I hate you. And I clicked up the phone.
I guarantee you there's more people like you
I don't know what to say.
in
That
the Me
is
Too movement
like the
that can
craziest
name
story
her fucking
Elaine
I have ever
Waldman.
heard
She is
in my
dead
life.
Are
now.
there people commenting about this? Let's
Let's
see.
look.
That
let's
is
see.
nuts.
Let's see.
This is how gullible she was. She believed a gay man and married him. She went to a woman and made her
I
take
don't know
off
what
her
to
clothes. This
Where
girl.
are you from?
Utica, New York. I was like, I was a rube. I didn't know
don't
what the fuck anything was.
understand. How could you not? How'd you believe these people?
Where were you? You should have helped her.
Yeah,
and got
she
her
didn't-
out
I
of
didn't
that.
know her.
That's crazy.
I
Here's
would've.
15 comments. Let's see if anybody comments.
Oh.
I
my
would.
God.
I wouldn't. I would have been like, Patty, let me come over there that day. I would have beat the living shit out of that little thing, and I would have said, now you're going to jail for weirdness.
She would and let me tell you something. She was always on the news. There was some news like I forget which one on, and she would always have a report about how great her kind of therapy was. That it was, and then you'd show people scream. You'd have to scream in the room. That was the part of it.
Yeah, but not get naked.
It was just ridiculous.
Wow.
Well, I
That
don't
was
think,
heavy.
but yeah,
That
it's
was
sad.
heavy, right?
It's sad that that's your experience with a therapist because
Oh, I've been to a million therapists. Then I had the lady who wore very sexually revealing outfits with a lemon yellow suit and lace across her
What
boobs.
about just regular?
I did go to a regular woman, and I went to one that told me she cheated on her husband. Then I
That's not
had
normal.
yeah, that's not normal. And then
Why
I
did she tell you that?
had one that was really nice. She was the last one, and she was great. But then she quit therapy, but she was like the best. She
Okay.
really helped me. Yeah.
Joe Magaga loves us. He says hello.
Hello, Joe Magaha.
Gaga.
Gaga.
And how much for a trip to New York from MW Holiday?
How much for a trip to New York?
From where?
from where?
From where? Oh, he's in Illinois. Is he
Because
from
he
Illinois?
wants to come for a massage or rub.
No, I
massage.
think he wants
No,
to
he
go on
didn't say
vacation. He didn't say a rub-a-dub.
They have rub and tugs
It's
in
not
Chicago.
like New York. New York
He
isn't
said
like
New
a
York.
menu
Pick a
item
side, north
that I
side,
could just
south
call out
side,
a
west
price.
side.
Like I can't just say like $18.99 New York. I mean,
I think he
need
wants
more.
to come to New York. He can
Great.
be
Oh,
on our
God.
show.
Contact me.
Go to your travel agent to fucking leave us
He
alone.
can come on our show.
And
Holiday. Oh, Holiday, by the way, my worst holiday, his podcast.
Yes.
Very funny.
Patty, ask Patty about the hotel dance in L.A. from Carol Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
God.
That I did take my top off for, and we went out on
Oh, great. Thanks for
on the-
outing her, Carol.
we went out on the veranda, and we danced around naked on the thing. And,
Did
and
Carol dance naked? too?
Carol, and you should see Carol's boobs are like a gigantic. Like I had these
You're
like
great
little
boobs,
ones.
Carol.
And
What?
gigantic. And the cars were tooting. It was real. You know,
I gotta
When
tell you,
was this?
I was very young.
in L.A. on the
On a-
veranda.
we did the ladies tell the dirtiest jokes. It was like some video that we got no money for.
I've never been one of those people. I
You
could
never
never
did
take my
naked?
clothes off. I could never do any of it. I was on a beach in Greece, Mykonos, everybody was naked in G-strings, and I had my whole bathing suit on.
That surprises me.
And
with
I had
you.
a hot body back then.
I cannot understand that you wouldn't go naked.
I
You
was
see-
like this.
Carrie.
I didn't want to be on anybody's video camera. I didn't want to be on
When
any-
was
That's
that?
smart.
1980. I wanna
1980.
say- No, it was probably like 80. No, it was probably like the year 2000.
Back in '98, I lived in Munich, Germany, and I was doing like a study abroad program. But I had joined this Black Women in Germany group, and so we would sit around and talk about, I think a couple of the ladies were like, either two of them were married to Germans, and they were like, we fucking hate this place, we want to get out of here. But anyway, so we
Were
had
they military wives?
no,
Oh.
no.
But they were all black. Everyone had to be
Everybody
black.
was black. It was a small group, maybe like 6 or 7 people. And so they were very nice women. And they were like, we're going to take you guys to a bathhouse. And we were like, okay. And she's like, but you have to go naked. And we were
Were
like,
they
oh,
lesbians?
shit. No, but that's in Germany at the bathhouses, you go naked.
That's big in Germany. They
And
love getting naked.
They're
those people.
co-ed. They're co-ed. And so can you imagine now, at the time in Munich, it was very, very homogenous. Like, we would be on the train and people would like stare at me. They would stare. And so the ladies were like, when you go to the bathhouse, if they stare at you, you just stare right back at them, right in between their legs, like that little pink thing in between their legs.
And scowl.
And I guess that's what we did. But some of these women we were with, like one of the women, she was very bodacious. Like, I would stare at her. So can you imagine, like, you're in a foreign country?
I
these
would
men
never
don't-
do it.
we
I
did
can't
it.
do it with
You
men.
didn't.
I can't
We
do
did.
it-
Oh,
you did?
We
You don't do
did.
bathhouses?
I can't do a bathhouse. I can't be naked. And even if my body was the hottest I'm hot, I don't want to be involved in that situation. I went to one sex club because my boyfriend at the time was a pervert, and it was right across the street from where I was bartending. And the bouncers would come and drink at my bar and then be like, just come. And I went there, and I had like a couple of Hasidims
Yeah, following you.
following me,
Oh, God.
playing with themselves. I'm like, I'm going to beat the
Ew.
fucking shit out of him. And my boyfriend's like, but you're in their house. You're in their, this is a
Yeah,
sex
that's their
club.
turf.
This is like hellfire.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm walking through the rooms, the dungeons, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't watch this shit.
So with you not revealing your body in certain places, is it because you're just modest and prudish, or is it because you don't want to give people free looks, or what's the reason why you don't?
You're not getting free looks. I am prudish. I believe in, I don't need to show you my crotch or my tits or anything. Fuck out of here. Unless I'm intimate with you, then you got it. And even back in the day, they didn't have cell phones like we had now. So there was no naked picture. You had to take a picture. It was like,
Right.
Yeah.
and it would come out of that
Yeah, I'm
Polaroid.
very afraid of
I
naked
never
pictures.
did any of those.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I had a boyfriend once that had 90 pictures of his ex-girlfriend naked, spread eagle, this-
God.
and he was showing them to all his friends,
Yes,
and they
I
were
had
all
it.
laughing. So I was like,
What
you're
a
such a dick.
pig.
Yeah.
You're a dick. But you know what? She shouldn't have done it. The minute you put yourself out there and
I
it
agree.
goes into somebody
But
else's
here's the thing. I
control,
think
they can do whatever they
when
want.
girls
with
are young, though, they think, "Oh, I'm in love with this guy. I trust
Yeah, I
him."
think there's
when
an
girls
age
are
thing
young,
to it,
it's
an
just
immaturity to it.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know
I
what's going on.
took
No.
some naked pictures. I just saw these naked pictures from when I was in college. I was looking through, and I thought to myself, if I die and somebody finds these, what do I want that? And I said, well, just forget it. I'll just leave them.
You know what I
Yeah,
did?
who cares?
I did a nice lingerie spread
For who?
for a photographer, and I bought this white, gorgeous lingerie thing with these giant eagle wings. Not eagle, angel wings.
Oh,
white.
wow.
Like Victoria's Secret.
Eagle wings.
She was an angel.
And I did this shoot that came out unbelievable.
And
And I never got all the pictures. I have like one picture
Are
or
you
two.
serious?
He kept the pictures, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have these pictures, and I looked so hot in these pictures.
Oh.
The lighting was red. It was just, I did such a shoot
You
with
can't
this
get
guy.
the pictures?
I don't even know where he is. He was an Indian photographer, and I don't know whatever happened to him.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
on the
man.
Indian porn market
Yeah.
right now. It's on the underground Bollywood. The porn market's
He
called
made a-
Pollywood.
he made a lot. He made a lot of money off you, Carrie.
Pornywood.
Pornywood. Oh boy, Mumbai.
There
You're
were
on
such
lamppost
great
in Mumbai.
shots. I don't know why I don't have. I have like one or two of them.
Well, the thing about getting naked when you're younger is that, when you're old, you're like, hey, I look good then. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah.
gives you something to look back on and go, hey,
Hey, I was pretty.
not bad
Yeah.
for
Feel
whatever.
good.
If they're
So-
tasteful, yes, but
Yes,
Yeah.
if they're tasteful.
Exactly. I just got to find out time. What are we doing time-wise, Toots?
You had about an hour and 5.
Wow.
An hour and 5. All right, let me see if I got other questions here. Hold on. Let's see what we got.
Make it pick
Oh,
up.
you know what I want to ask you about?
oh,
the
just to see
ahead.
us. He wants to see us, not a rub and tug.
Yeah, that's I told you it wasn't a rub and tug. I told you.
I
wants to know
thought he
how
meant
much
rub and tug.
No,
Mr.
Carrie.
Holiday.
Get
and
your
then it's his point
mind
and
out of the
giggle.
gutter. I want to know about. Did you all see the Melania anti-bullying a better you?
I
speech?
did.
What
I
do you
did.
think?
And at this point, I just feel like if I would make fun of her, anybody would make fun of her, laugh at her. It's almost like beating a dead horse. It's I don't know why I said hearse.
Because a hearse is what the
because
dead body
it's
goes
just
in.
like it's obvious. Okay, she has an accent. Okay, she's not the brightest light in the light, but she's been through a lot. I just feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Because people are making fun of her.
Okay.
Look, I feel bad for her for one reason, because she didn't want this job. She didn't want to be first
Right.
lady. She
Right.
never intended on. She's probably like, what?
Right.
What? I don't want to do this. I just
Right.
wanted, a fucking couple of $1 million.
Right.
I had to take a dick once and leave me the fuck alone. Now she's put in a position where she's completely. She doesn't want to be first.
She's out of her
lady.
element.
She's
She doesn't
way
wanna
out
be
of her.
first
You can tell, like
lady.
even when
She
with
is
her
gorgeous,
her
though.
outfit choice,
But she's
like that
gorgeous.
jacket. It's so different.
They
to
dress
see a
her.
first
They
lady
dress
looking like that.
I
You know
know.
what
But
I mean?
she's so
Like rich.
gorgeous. You can't.
She is
deny
pretty,
that.
but she's not likable. She's not personable, and she's not believable. That's a problem.
Here's the thing with her. She's got a higher likability than her husband. She's at like 50.
She does.
That's not saying much.
She
She's
does.
I know, that's the thing. She's 56% likability, and he's like
20?
38 or I don't know. He's way below her, which has got to kill him.
He didn't want the job
Because-
either.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted it
He
either.
just was
I
proving
think he-
something that
I
went
think-
farther than he thought it would.
I
go.
think he thought he was just going to improve his brand, and then all of a sudden everyone would join Mar-a-Lago, and he
That
would
was
get
Well, he was going to have Trump TV.
Remember when
Oh.
Richard Pryor
what?
when in Brewster's Millions, when he goes, vote for me, and everyone's voting for him, and he's like, no, don't
right,
vote for none of
exactly.
the
Yes,
above.
that's it. That's it.
He knew,
Yeah.
he was like, I don't really want to do this. I was joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
South
is how it
Park
was.
was doing that the whole election. They had a candidate that was like behind the scenes,
Yeah.
like, oh God, why are they? But of course, they had to rewrite the episode in 5 minutes after November 8th.
I know, that was so crazy. Well, the thing with Melania is, of course, I like her better than him. Who doesn't? But at the same time,
Crazies.
I mean, you feel sorry for her because of the Stormy Daniels, and like every other woman he's fucked. But she has to know that he's been
Yeah, she
fucking
knows.
everyone. And also, she had broken up with him a bunch of times before they got married because she said she had trust issues with him, and her friends all said that's because he was sleeping around. So she knew what she was getting in for.
When
so
you
feel?
married a
Yeah, you're
guy,
right.
when you marry a guy with that much money and that much power, what do you expect him to do?
Yeah.
People with money like that, all people with money like
Yeah.
that, they become above everything,
Right.
above
Yeah.
God. Like they think
Yeah.
they can't handle that kind of power.
Right.
They use it in the wrong way.
But I think there
So-
are some guys who don't cheat who are rich.
Okay, who?
Tom Hanks.
Okay. All right.
Tom Hanks doesn't
I
cheat
can't.
on his
Tom
wife.
Hanks is special. Let's.
Okay,
that's-
And
one
he's a
guy.
cajillionaire.
Did you ever think that little fucking Good Morning America, whatever his
Which
fucking
Matt Lauer.
Matt Lauer.
I know what you're trying to say.
Oh my God! How about Charlie Rose though?
They're
Did you-
both disgusting.
Yeah.
I knew
Okay.
that.
Charlie
I-
Rose was like, damn, that's my uncle.
I knew
I
that
know
for
that
like 10
Charlie-
years.
Charlie Rose. I used to love his show, and I used to think this guy is the sweetest guy. And
Yeah,
then-
but Matt Lauer had a fucking lock button on his fucking door. You walked in the door, like,
Done.
click, 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 click. You're like, what the fuck is?
well, him,
You're not getting out, bitch.
well, him,
What the fuck is that?
him, I could see because
He was making $40 million a year. Did he really have to do that? Hire a hooker.
I know
I mean, really?
because the game isn't to hire the hooker.
Look,
the game
men
is to
are
get the girl.
men are different than we are, and when they get into
Adam,
a
is
different,
that true?
when they get into a higher tax bracket and everybody's licking their asses, they become freaks.
Not all of them.
I'm still stuck on Melania having friends. You said her friends.
Oh,
Told her,
supposedly.
is this like a Zoolander apartment?
No,
Everyone
there's-
has an accent.
Somebody, they say her friends. I don't know who they are. It might just be her releasing stuff to the press or whatever. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah, but
when
listen,
I see her,
the
I just
Stormy
think,
Daniels things. Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Didn't she sign a thing saying she's not going to say anything, and she fucking
Yes.
stopped?
no, but the
That's not fair.
No, because that's not what happened. She signed the thing saying she wasn't going to say anything. Then Michael Cohen, his lawyer, and I put air quotes because he says he is his lawyer, says he isn't his lawyer. Who knows what the fuck he is? But Michael Cohen said that he made a comment about her lying. And she said, well, wait a minute. You said that you paid me money, so now all bets are off because you've admitted to it. You're not supposed to admit. When they asked her, was there a payout? Were you with the president? She goes, no, I have no comment. No. So she denied everything until Michael Cohen, Trump's
the
lawyer,
agreement.
broke the agreement by saying we paid her or I paid her or whatever he said. And then he said that she was a liar. He said that it never happened and she's a liar. So then she was like,
That's
really?
defamation.
I'm a liar? That's defamation. I signed something that said I wouldn't talk. I didn't talk. Now you're talking and you're calling me a liar and now I have to be quiet after you call me a liar? No way. I am going to say I want to tell my story, and I don't want to have to pay $1
But
million.
I
Why would
do-
Michael Cohen blabbermouth that out of
I
nowhere?
would.
they're
She's
idiots.
probably like,
They are
I'll
idiots.
tell my story, but for $5 million, and then you guys have to pay the $1 million.
All I know is
And it wasn't countersigned. the
and he
agreement.
never signed it either. So
Yeah.
No
it was.
agreement.
But you know what? Again, like we said, like even Bill Clinton, he had her in the, was shoving cigars up her
It's
snatch.
horrible. I
You
hate
know,
that guy.
I'm just saying, like all these men are twisted.
Obama's really the only one without a scandal for
Yeah,
many
he's-
years.
I know. I
yeah,
love
Obama
that.
seems a little more grounded, like normal.
He's
I
just,
feel like
at
he
least
had a
acts
good
with,
marriage.
acts with dignity.
Yes.
No, he loves his wife.
I miss
I think he
dignity.
loves
No,
his
he
wife.
loves his wife. You could see the love he has
Yeah.
for his wife because when he walks with
Right,
her.
that's right.
He
walks with Trump's wife.
I know. How about when he made Trump's wife smile and laugh? It was
Oh,
like,
that was
whoa.
awesome.
She's
That was
probably
like, fuck
wow,
you,
this
asshole.
is a real man.
Yeah,
but
real
no,
I'm
so-
touching her fucking pussy under here, and she wants me to.
Yes, I grabbed her. But no,
Like
he always. If you look at all the videos, every one of the videos, he's always with his wife first. He looks at her, and he
Yeah.
loves his kids, and
Yeah.
he's a real
There
family.
was dignity. We had dignity. at
He
the
was
helm of
like
our
a
country.
gentleman. And you know what I loved about him was when that Trump got out of the car. Remember when Obama and his wife she was wearing that blue dress, Melania, remember, at the and
he
she's
didn't open the
at
door
the
for
inauguration. He didn't open the door for her. He walked up the steps with
Without her.
And
He
here you
didn't
see
hold
this
her
poor
hand.
woman coming up from
Well,
behind.
maybe they had a fight in the limo.
He's terrible. And
Wait,
then
maybe if they had a fight in the limo.
Obama.
But still, you
whatever.
open the door for your woman.
Obama.
Yeah, but they had a fight. He ain't gonna open no door.
but
Obama put his
Obama-
hand behind her back and came to her and helped her, and Michelle helped her up the stairs and
Right.
made her feel like accepted. Can you
As
imagine?
her husband's about to
But see,
undo everything
That's
they've
the
done.
thing.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the thing. Money can do a lot of things and can buy you a lot of things if you're married to a guy with money or whatever. But money, if that person doesn't make you feel
Yeah.
like you're important, that you're special, or
Money
whatever,
isn't everything.
It's not everything. Look at Christy Brinkley and that pig she was married to.
Oh, I know that
Billy
child
Joel?
molester.
no.
no.
What's that guy? Yeah. The one
Child
who,
molester.
the one who was
I
with
don't know.
that 17
was like,
Yeah,
what do I
I
need
know-
to know
yes.
now? What do I need to know
Yes.
about
It's
Billy
like
Joel?
The babies, wasn't she the babysitter?
Yeah,
There-
I'm not gonna go to his
you
concert.
You treat
Me
your,
too, Billy Joel.
You can't treat the woman in your life with more respect.
I know
than
it's
that.
bad. No, it's true. There are a lot
It's
of crazy
bad.
guys, but there are good guys. See, I don't think they're all like. I do think like
My
Obama
husband's
loves
a
his
good
wife.
guy.
Yeah, he's
My
a good
husband,
guy.
He opens the door for me sometimes.
My husband, he opens the door for me sometimes, and he wouldn't.
My
you know.
boyfriend opens the door for me all the time.
Max is a
Really?
gentleman.
Mine gives me roses every week. Every week.
Adam
Oh,
is
wow.
a little bit we got to work on.
Yeah, Adam. Adam, are you
kidding.
Adam?
We're
Adam.
kidding,
Check.
Adam.
Adam, are you like DJ Khaled, or do you go down on women?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
what's
no,
going on here?
absolutely.
DJ
DJ
Yeah,
Khaled.
Who's DJ
He
Khaled?
doesn't go down on
He
women?
does
No,
not.
it was a whole thing over the weekend. He's like, no, I'm the king. I
Oh,
need
that guy.
blowjobs, but I don't
What a
need pussy.
disgusting
Is he
piece of
married?
crap.
Gay.
I think
He's married.
gay,
He
yeah.
says that
He has a
about his
son.
wife.
He would put that out there? That's so
Yeah.
disrespectful.
You're
That's terrible.
stupid.
Why say that?
I had a guy once go to me. Now, Adam,
Wait,
you go
Adam,
down
you
on
want to
girls.
let Adam answer the question?
Yeah, I
He
said,
said yes
yeah, of
already.
course,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, good.
absolutely.
You
Okay.
open the door for girls?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Is
Okay.
that your euphemism
I
for
had a
going
guy-
down?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
confused when we we're
He
talking
opens
about.
that door all right.
I'm dating this guy for 2 months.
Okay.
I hadn't slept with him yet.
Okay.
We're in my living room, and back then it was very important to me that you perform that.
Yeah, I
that,
get
that
it.
was that was a deal breaker.
Yes, it is
You
important.
don't do it, you're out.
So
You're out.
I we
Of the
me and my
closet.
friend Cindy were in the living room watching TV, and he's over and we're talking. We got on the subject of oral sex. He goes, "Oh yeah, I don't go down on girls."
Oh, bye.
And I went.
Bye.
Cindy looks at me like, "Really?" And I went, "What?" And he goes, "I don't go down on women."
Why?
I go, "Why? Are you gay?" And he goes, "No, I don't do it. I don't do it." I go,
Bye.
"Do you like blowjobs?" He goes, "Yeah, but I don't do it." I go, "Okay, it was nice." Cindy looks at him and goes, "It's nice knowing you." She's not going to go out with you after that comment. And literally, that was our last time we hung out.
Good.
It
Yeah,
was
that
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like
So I
that.
never slept with him. I
good.
never did anything with him but make out with him, whatever. But as soon as he said that, I was like, "You're out."
Why would a guy think that he could say that?
People do it. People
DJ,
say
whatever the
Because I
stuff
think
like
it's
that.
disgusting. I'm like, all right.
I think if you're straight, you think it's great. I think if you're a straight guy, you think it's the greatest.
Did your ex go down on you?
No, he went down a
Yeah,
bed
he did.
midler, which couldn't be gayer.
Very hard for me to remember any of our sex because it was all so
What?
very not often.
Wait a minute.
No, I had a gay ex-husband.
But that, you never had sex with him?
No, we had sex once in a while. It was like I can't get into
The
it.
trauma has blacked out the
It's-
memory. obviously.
seriously, it's
Because
like
that's what
I
happens.
can't. It was just so.
Horrible.
Trauma works in two ways:
I've
either a
never heard of
blackout or it's
anything like
constantly
this
there.
before.
What, marrying a gay guy? I know
No,
a lot
know-
of women who married
no,
gay
I
guys.
know about marrying gays, but at least like
Well, I mean,
no sex.
no, we had sex once in a while, but you know, he was
You were
just
always doggy style?
no, no. As a matter of fact, that's funny. No, he didn't do any of the things you would think gay guys would do with you.
He did your hair first and makeup. He did your hair and
that.
makeup?
He would always comment on my hair, though. Like if I
He
got a
only came
haircut.
when Beaches was on.
That's so funny because he does write for Bette Midler. No, he would like tell me when he goes, I like this picture because your hair is, I used to wear it kind of curly and frizzy, and he'd go, and then I got a haircut and it was like straight and short. He goes, I like this better because of your nose and everything. It's a better cut for you.
And you
Which
kinda
is
look like a
actually
boy.
kind of no, but it's kind of the haircut I have now. But I mean, he would like always comment like, that's a better outfit for you. That's better for your like.
He was your
He
stylist.
knew those kind of things because he was gay. Like he
Right.
knew
I
about
had a
that
very
shit.
close friend who was married to a woman. They had 5 kids. It was supposed to be 7, but they had twins that died. So they
Oh.
were almost had 7 children, 5 children, and one day he just said, "I can't live this lie anymore." And they were very into the church or
Yeah,
whatever
religious.
religion there was. He said, "I can't do this anymore. I'm a gay man." He moved to a city, a metropolis, and started living his life and started going out to clubs and hanging out at gay venues and sleeping with guys. And I mean, he's gay now, and it was really hard for his wife. It like was traumatizing because she didn't work. I mean, can you imagine, 5 kids, your husband's the provider, and then he just leaves. And
Right.
to this day, she won't speak to him. And even
What about
some
the
of his
kids?
kids,
Do they
some
speak
of
to
them,
him?
like the oldest two, like one of the oldest daughter, I think she doesn't. Maybe she just got in contact with him, but when I first met him and was hearing his story, it was just like, are you fucking kidding?
Well, my
He should have
ex.
still taken care of his kids.
He was, but when you move and this and
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
it's
Well, my
different.
ex was always part of their lives, and he did move to be closer. When I had to move, and I moved in with Kevin, he moved to be closer so we could have them on the weekends and stuff. And he was always their father. You know what I mean? And he didn't fuck me money wise or anything. I mean, I never got a lot of money from her, but he always gave me money, and I was on his health insurance even after we split up. So I mean, he did the right
He
thing.
did the right thing.
Yeah, he did the
That's
right
good.
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't deny who you are. Like you can't.
No,
live that.
I
It's not
feel
good
like
for
you're
anyone.
born that way.
Well,
How long
there's
were you married?
Well, I also it was like I was in denial. I knew that he had a gay relationship before, but I didn't know the extent of it. You know what I mean? He told me
He
an
said he
experiment.
dabbled in
He
it.
dabbled.
Why?
Dabbled?
Let me ask.
For
What
2
were his
years?
motives for getting married?
I think he really wanted to have children. He loved kids. I think that I think he wanted to be married. I think he just did not want to be gay. And I think he thought that
That's
if
a
he
big
got
fight.
Thought
married,
maybe he could beat
That's
it.
a big
I think
fight
it
in
was
someone's
something
head.
I think he really
That's a
thought he
big
could
fight.
because his mother was Italian from Italy, and she was
that's the
definitely
worst.
not for gays. You know what I mean? Like she could have, but she didn't want her son to be gay. And when
So what does she think?
well, when he told her that he was gay, told her on New Year's Eve one year, and he goes, "I just want you to know I'm gay." This is after he and I had split up because she was always like, "I don't know why you two split." She would always keep asking me, and I'm like, one day you'll have to tell your mother because I can't. And he said, "Yeah, Mom, I just want you to know I'm gay." And she just started crying and saying, "You have ruined not only my New Year but my life."
What?
Could that be more dramatic? Did she sing it like an aria? That would be only more dramatic.
But
Oh my God!
she did, but she came around.
That's
Dies of
actually a
pneumonia.
great idea for an opera.
Yeah,
She came around and got over it, and actually met his boyfriend at the time. When she was sick, he came over and helped her and stuff. And she said, "Oh, he's lovely." And I don't know if she realized that that was his boyfriend, but I mean, who else was he if he's living with him and he's coming? So I think
She's still alive?
no, she died.
How long were you married?
5 years.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
not that
that's
long.
not that
So
long.
you
Not
had
that long.
children
I
right
thought
away.
you were. I
Yeah.
thought you were married for like 20
Oh
years.
no! And I kind of knew. I mean, I knew.
How about the woman that's married to the guy? They have their kids, and then all of a sudden he decides he wants to be a woman. And he goes through the whole sex change, becomes a woman, and is a lesbian woman. So he
Caitlin,
So
still,
he still wants to have sex with you. Yeah, they want
still
to
wants
stay
to
married.
be with women.
Somebody on a comedy scene did that.
Yes.
What was her
Julia Scotti.
Julie Scotty. Yeah, we had her on the show.
name? Yeah. Oh, Julia Scotti, and then there's somebody else.
Who?
Amy.
There's
I
a
don't know
girl
Amy.
from Albany. Her name is Jace.
Oh, Jay McBride.
Jay
is great.
McBride,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Amy Beckerman.
Oh, Ames Beckerman.
Yeah, now she's
yeah,
Ames Beckerman. But
Oh,
She
she
became a guy.
Girl,
It's a he.
became a-
It's a he. He's a he.
He's a he. He was a
she
she.
became, he was a she and became a he, but the he is into females.
But so she was a lesbian.
Wait, no,
When she was straight.
wait. She originally was a she,
Yeah.
then she became a he, but she still likes guys.
Women.
Even though
He.
he's a he.
He likes women.
He likes
Yeah,
Oh, he
women.
but
likes
he's a
women.
So
straight
she
man.
was a lesbian when she was a woman.
I don't know what
know
she
what
was,
she
but
was.
now he is a straight
He
man.
is.
But
a
does
straight
she
man.
have a penis and everything?
He. I don't know.
Does he?
He went through. Yes, he has a penis, and the tits are gone, and the transformation was quite
Incredible.
Incredible because I didn't know. I went. To
Oh,
do
you didn't
like
know
A show.
he was
I didn't know who it was because I went on a show and the person was like Ames Beckerman, and I was like, okay, just another comic. I've never heard of this comic, but okay, seems cool. And then it dawned on me because I think they started talking about whatever, and I was like, that was holy shit! Like
Yeah.
he looked like a
Amy.
guy. I
It's
was
so funny.
floored. I was floored.
It's so.
I was floored.
Well, a lot of times their families don't go along
Now,
with
if
it. Like the
you
kids
knew-
get
if you
mad.
met
or-
a guy, you fell in love with him, and all of a sudden he tells you, by the way, I was born a woman, but now I have a dick. Do they have sperm? They don't have sperm, so they can't get anybody pregnant. But what would you do? Would you still go out with him?
I would. I don't think it would make any difference. I still
Depends
go out
on
with
how
him.
big their dick is.
Right. Well, if you're gonna get a
Okay,
new dick, if you're
okay.
paying for a new dick, make it big.
Hells yeah!
Well, they can put things in it too that make it. They have
They
like a
could put
wind-up clock.
things in it?
They're like it goes like
What are you saying?
you know, it makes.
Does
it
it make
go
that song
up,
too? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nothing gets me more turned on than
Bing.
Taco Bell
I'm sure
music.
there's something that makes it go up for good time. Anyway, all
This
right.
turned into Benny Hill all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know.
Really, are we? Anything
we're
else?
done. Do you have
Let me
any more
see. Do I have any
questions?
other questions?
You wrote a book?
Oh yeah. No,
Let's
you
plug
wrote a book.
it.
Yes,
You
yes.
wrote a
What
book.
is your book?
What's your book? Let's
called
plug it.
How to Spy on Your Neighbor, Your Survival Guide for the United States of Russia.
How to spy on your neighbor.
It's a survival guide for living in a fascism and
Do you ever think the
kleptocracy.
KGB is watching you?
No, I know the KGB is watching all
You
of us.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
But watching you in particular
I have a
'cause
joke
you're
that my
Russian.
father
I
like,
heard
thought
that joke,
the
but
whole
is that a
time I
tr-
was growing up.
Is that a
Well,
true
obviously
joke?
they are because they came in and hacked our country. I mean,
But let me ask you, why would they want to watch me? It's so boring. All I do
Right.
is vacuum, clean the kitchen, fight with my kids.
because they're going.
I don't think they are. I think they click the channels to somebody more
We are
exciting.
being listened to by
But you specifically, because you're Russian
No,
and you wrote a
no,
book,
no,
you
no.
don't think anybody cares
You
about
know,
what you're saying?
It's interesting because I was like, I do want to take Max to Russia one day, but now I don't know. You remember White Nights with Baryshnikov when he was like, we can't land in Russia? Because I wrote that book.
Yeah.
But then my mom was like, it's humor. It's fine. Because if you look at their humor, they do political humor there.
Okay.
What I was confused.
I mean, I'm not going to go. Trust
Yeah,
me, I'm not
don't
going to
go.
go.
This is what I was confused
'cause
about.
you never know.
They had a female candidate that ran against Putin, who was a famous actress,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
she was speaking out against Putin and all these
Right.
different things. And I thought to myself,
They're gonna kill
isn't
her.
she afraid that they would murder
Yeah, I
her?
know.
Yeah.
The activists there are very brave because they murder them in cold blood
Yeah,
in the middle
right
of the day.
on the street. How
Right.
about Pussy Riot? They didn't kill those girls.
No, they
They-
just
No.
put them in a cage on their trial and sent them to Siberia. But two of them disappeared in Ukraine or Chechnya recently.
What do you mean they
They
disappeared?
just
Yeah,
disappeared
that's
at
right.
Customs.
Yep.
You're shitting me.
No.
At
I-
customs,
Yeah, at
So
border,
they-
border control.
they grabbed them.
Yeah,
You think they
pussy
killed
grabbed
them? You think they? Wait a minute. You think they killed?
I don't
two
know.
of the
I
girls
haven't
from
looked
They
up
just
on it.
disappeared. Their friends and family, they're very distraught
Yeah.
about these people
They were
that
killed.
just
I
disappeared.
don't know
what
if they've been
happened to them?
found. I haven't
I heard
studied
of
up
that. I
about
heard
it.
that on NPR.
Because I saw the documentary on them, and I was like, wow, these girls have a lot of balls.
Well, let me tell you something before we
Go
end.
ahead.
I just did a tour for the troops through Europe for 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay. How was that?
15 military bases, and I kept asking, "What are we
Oh,
doing
did you go
here?
with Megan Hanley?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she
I
was
put the
talking
tour
about-
together. Yeah, we brought Megan.
you on it
so,
too?
no, I
Okay.
wasn't. on
Yeah,
that.
she's on the next one. We were in Kosovo, and I kept asking, "Why are we here?" And and the troops and the sergeants kept saying, "Oh, because if we leave, Serbia will attack them again." I said, "I know what we're doing for Kosovo. What is Kosovo doing for us? Because we don't do anything out of the goodness of our hearts. This is a lot of money."
It has something
And
to do
then-
with oil.
Well, actually, they said every base in Europe is a pawn. Think of it as a
Yeah,
chessboard,
yeah,
and
yeah.
most of it's Russia.
To fight
Russia.
against
Yeah.
Russia.
Just
Yeah.
not fight, just kind of
Keep your eye. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
like, they moved. There's like a base in Romania. Why do we have a base in Romania and Hungary? It's obviously to be near the border. And then we moved troops to Poland a year and a half ago, right before Obama left. He moves troops right near the border.
Interesting.
Because Putin and Obama were having this like war by proxy by like doing pawn shit with the spies and the
Wow,
this.
wow.
Why can't we all just get along?
I don't, Carrie, it's a great question.
No, are you serious?
Oh, no!
Is this a joke? This has got to be a joke.
I'm so sorry.
the shoulder.
I'm so
Not
sorry.
the shoulder. Oh my God. That's all we need is for Nicky now to hit you in the
I'm
shoulder.
not going over there at all.
Oh my God. All right. Oh wait. So where's everyone going to be? So
That's
you wanna
okay, I'm
plug
good.
your one
It
woman
just
show.
stopped
Oh, yes.
throbbing. It
Yes,
just
yes,
stopped
yes.
throbbing.
Sorry.
I'm going to be doing my one-woman show at June 3rd. I'm going to do a 5:30 show and
June
an 8
3rd?
o'clock show. Yeah, June 3rd. It's a Sunday.
Where's this?
It's going to be at Wow Cafe Theater. It's like a
Where's that?
women's theater on East 4th.
Oh, okay.
On like Theater Row.
Okay.
It's 59-61 East 4th Street. I'm going to
Okay.
be doing it there. And this week I'll be in College Point at a place
Buying
called
tiles?
Rooftop. No, it's a big comedy show actually at a new venue.
Because College Point has the best tiles.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah.
really know that much about
Where's
College Point.
Point?
It's
right
next
in
to
Queens.
Flushing.
It's like
Oh, oh.
it's all Asian.
It's
Yeah.
really all the comedy shows. There's so many in Queens now.
Yep.
Okay, great. Where are you going to be?
You go next because I'm looking it up.
Well, I'm going to be Friday night. I can't say. Thursday night, I'm going to be at Governor's Comedy.
Friday
No.
night, I can't say.
Wednesday night, I'm at Governor's Comedy Club. Friday night, I cannot say. It's a private thing, but there's
Sex
no
club.
there's no rub and tug. And then
Yeah.
Saturday, I'm at the comic strip here live.
Beautiful.
Two shows.
Beautiful.
And then Sunday, I'll be resting with my children, hanging out while they annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And Vicky Kuperman.
Sunday I'll be at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. My third album comes out July.
I can't believe you have 3 albums.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay.
She's doing it, and she has a book. She's
And buy my
Wonder
book
Woman.
in your local bookstore or Amazon. How to Spy on Your Neighbor. You need it.
How to Spy on Your Neighbor. All right.
I have a 90-year-old neighbor. I don't want to spy.
If you don't spy, she will.
All right.
I
Here's.
hope she does.
I'm going to be at the
She'll realize she has a much better life, much
Amber,
more exciting life.
the Amber Room Colonnade, or is it
Sorry.
Colonnade,
That's okay.
in Danbury, Connecticut, on Friday night for animals. It's for animals if you want to The money goes to animals. Okay. And then Saturday night, I'm at Uncle Vinny's. It's like a Mother's Day show if you want to bring your mother.
Oh, that's right. It's Mother's Day. Happy
Mother's Day on
Mother's Day.
Sunday.
Happy Mother's Day, Mother.
And
Happy
I was
Mother's
going to
Day.
be resting. I better be going out to dinner.
Yes, I'm
and
going
not
out.
doing dishes.
I'm going out on Sunday with my kids and my fiance. We're going to eat.
the fiance.
Oh,
Can't.
yes.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully-
wait! Friday
hopefully-
night I'm judging the Laughing Devil Comedy Festival.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, come see me.
All
Be
right.
judgmental.
We want to thank the Comic Strip Live for allowing us
Thank
to
you.
shoot our show here
Comic
every
Strip
week.
Live, thank you. And Adam Hineker, our producer
From the
slash
Rec Room.
sound man from the
And,
Rec Room.
Who's a real man?
He's very
Yes.
cute, right?
He's
He
manly.
goes down
Has
on
a
his-
manly
He
face.
goes down on
Young
women.
girls.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear condoms.
I
He's
just
got a
want-
nice mouth. Look at his mouth. Keep laughing at him.
Patty. Check.
He's demoing.
You're
Everybody
so
turn
far.
around.
So far, I'm into rub and tugs. And I fuck young women with no condom.
Oh shit.
love
Well,
No, that's what she said.
Patty, you're marketing
She's
him in
really
the wrong
like
way.
yeah,
Labeling
really
him.
bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bad
I'm
marketing,
sorry.
bad
Okay, how
marketing.
should we market you, Adam? What
He's
should we
just
say?
a good guy.
Good
How
guy.
about let's
Just the
leave it at
opposite
that?
He
of
said
all
he's a
that.
nice guy.
He likes
Opposite
older
of
women, but
all
he
that.
also bangs old women. Remember the old
Oh,
one
he
you
bangs
banged?
I got no problem.
He
I
bangs
don't
an
Like
old
all
lady.
women, all
He likes
women.
old women. He goes down on
He
them.
All
bangs
colors.
old women.
I
All
don't
colors.
discriminate.
All
All
colors he
ethnic
likes.
backgrounds,
As a
all-
matter of fact, he doesn't even like white women, right? Am I correct?
I haven't dated a white
What's
woman in
wrong with
over
white women?
He
10
likes a little color,
10
Nicky.
years.
He likes
I
a
don't
little-
like Adam.
He likes a
No,
little
so-
cafe au lait.
He do.
So
He's
you
down
would've
with the
dated me
swirl.
when
I got
was
no
younger.
problem with
Listen,
white
when I
women.
was younger, you would have dated me. Trust me.
Oh, I'm sure I would have.
Put my ass in your
It's
face
not
with
off the
it.
table now.
It's not off the table now, Carrie. Carrie.
Oh, it's so off the
I'll-
table,
I'll-
you don't even know.
I'll be
It's
careful.
on the
You're so-
floor.
It's
Okay,
on
so-
the floor. Wait.
What else?
Please subscribe to our channel
Oh,
on
yeah.
iTunes.
And review us, please, if they're good.
Like us on Facebook and also like us on YouTube.
I
Yeah.
forgot to
Yes.
plug Let's Get Greedy. I have
Oh,
a
yeah,
web
let's do it.
series called Let's Get Greedy. We do funny food reviews. Me and
Oh, I
Danielle
saw one.
Carrington.
Very funny. I watched one of them.
So yeah, we have a YouTube channel. We have over 500,000 hits on our silly little food videos. And over 3 years, I've gained 20 pounds. So thanks, Danielle, for ruining any chance I have at an entertainment career with your cakes and cookies.
Thank you, ladies, for coming
Hey,
out.
thanks so
I
much
mean,
for
it was
coming
such
out.
a
A lot of fun.
pleasure.
It was
We
fun.
really had fun with you girls.
Yeah, it was
It's
fun.
been great.
Woman power.
That's right.
Chick power.
Be best.
Goodbye.
Chick
Be
power.
best.
Be
Be
best.
best.
Be best. Goodbye.
So